What's up, my go-getters? It's me, ADRI.V, the Go Getta, and to you and to all, welcome to the G Code. Today, you are in for a treat. My featured guest today is none other than Mr. Tim B. He's going to get into the pretty, the ugly, and the grind of success, especially when you decide to risk it all and go for your dream. And if you ever had a dream, or you do have a dream, which I really hope you do, because we all need to have some type of dream that we plan to turn to reality, you know the feeling of deciding to risk it all to go after it. So today you're going to learn all about how he decided to do that and how the pretty, the ugly, and the grinding definitely equals to success. So if you're ready, don't forget to subscribe to the G Code right now, share it, and encourage others to do the same. And as you're listening, the instrumentals that you hear in the background is always brought to you by Droid of the Capital Music Group. If you're ready for it, here's the ugly, the pretty, and the grind. The success. Hey, what's up, guys? It's me, ADRI.V, the Go Getta, and of course, welcome to yet another week of the G Code, where we give you the pretty, the ugly, and of course, the grind of so many go-getters moving and shaking in their respective industry. And with me today, I have a young man who really took off and understand the grind, for what I know, and he goes by the name of Tim B, the Stylist, the Phenomenon, the Go Getter. What up, Tim?
What's up, Adri? How you doing?
I'm good. I'm just happy I got you on the line. I know your life has become super busy, and us being able to coordinate has really been great. So thank you so much for the opportunity to share on tonight.
Thank you for the opportunity. You know, it's always love to not thank you for all the opportunities you give me to, you know, make people aware of my brand and everything. So that's really love, you know?
Absolutely. Okay. You know what I mean? I believe in you. So why wouldn't I? So for those who don't know, I appreciate it. So for those who have no clue who the heck is Tim B, please enlighten them.
So, Tim B, a.k.a. Timothy Baldwin, that's my government. For the people that know me around Buffalo, and, you know, and I'm a celebrity stylist. For the past couple of years, I've been working with Little Kim. I also work with Poe Johnson, Lala, and a few other people. I do a lot of TV work as well. And yeah, that's me.
That's you.
And I hail from Buffalo, New York.
Yes, because we're broadcasting.
And proud.
Yes, you have to represent, and of course, because it's a podcast, we're on iTunes, we're broadcasting all around the world. So folks need to understand that we got great talent in Buffalo.
That's right. That's right.
That's what it's all about. So you talked about being a celebrity stylist, and how did you even come to the place of knowing fashion is an area that you wanted to focus in?
Well, I know it sounds kind of cliche, but I've always been into fashion, and everybody that knows me knows that I've always been into fashion. Since the early ages, since I got pictures of when I was like 6, and Jordans and Nike sweatsuits and things like that, because that was, you know, in back then. But
Absolutely.
I've always been into fashion, and it's been always something that I wanted to. Well, it's something that I did as a hobby. Like, it was something that, you know, I would just get dressed and things like that. And when I went to college, I went to Buffalo State. And I was in college, and I was lost. I didn't know what I wanted to do.
Mm-hmm.
I was there the first year. I was doing liberal arts and general studies, and I switched to business. And then I switched to fashion. But even when I switched to fashion, I still didn't know what I wanted to do. I met a girl, you know, just randomly around college, and we were just having a conversation one night, and she was asking me, you know, what I want to do, and I just honest with her, like, I didn't know what I wanted to do, and she, you know, gave me a few ideas, and she told me about, you know, fashion styling. And I knew about it, but I didn't think that it was something that I can really
get into.
Get into. I didn't know where to start, but she really helped me out. Her name is Ernestine. She really helped me out, and she was actually interning for someone that she was interning with someone that did PR, and she was really she's really like dominant within the 90s, and she got a lot of campaigns. She did a lot of things. She put a lot of people on. So she had a friend that knew someone that needed a stylist, needed an intern. So that summer, she gave me all the information that summer. I went out, I had the interview and everything, and I went out to New York, did the interview. She liked me. Then I started interning with her, and I learned so much. And just in that one summer, it lasted, 2-3 months. I learned so much. I knew that was exactly what I wanted to do.
So and interning pretty much was the boat to allow you to get to that place, to get to that island of fashion.
Yeah, because back then it wasn't like Instagram and everything. So I really had to do I'm still doing the dirty work, but I had to do the dirty work, and get my feet in the door. And from then, she gave me an assistant position the next summer, and she brought me back each summer. And then I was like, you know what? I mean, I don't encourage this. Education is key, but at a certain point, I just was like, you know what? Forget this. I'm moving to New York, and I'm figuring it out. And it was like, honestly, it was the best decision, because ever since I moved, it's just been opportunities left and right, and it's honestly a lot of things that has happened in my career. It's been handed to me. It wasn't even things that I seeked out, and it was just I have a lot of great people in my life that gives me opportunities because they can see how passionate I am with styling and fashion and everything. So it's been really great. Like, I've met a lot of great people on the way that just opened up so many doors for me, and still to this day open up doors for me.
And that's really a blessing. I remember the conversation. I remember us talking one night and you asking, like, what do you think I should do? And I am just so delighted that you decided to follow your heart and really pursue such an opportunity, because I remember we talked and, these opportunities are like... Yeah,
I remember too. We was at we was doing it was something we was doing with Jamal.
Yeah.
For the World's AIDS Day. We was doing the campaign for World's AIDS Day, and I was, I was scared. I was nervous. You was telling me about all your struggles when you went to New York, and I was like, but I mean, it is what it is. It comes with the territory.
Absolutely. It really does. And look at that. Some people don't understand the strength of interning. And, that is one thing whenever I'm encounter with college students, I tell them off the bat, intern your freshman year, so you can ensure that what is it you want to do is really something you're going to love doing, so that for the rest of your years in college, it's not a waste, because you don't have to worry about, oh man, I've been doing this for 4 years being an engineer and I don't even want to be an engineer. And I love the fact that you said, you learned so much in that internship that it solidified you pursuing such a career. So you took the gamble and walked away from your education, which I'm sure you're going to probably, fulfill later on, but you are flourishing now in your career. And, since being able to take that internship and run with it and become an assistant, and now you're styling Queen Bee, Little Kim, having a chance to be on La La Full Court, what was some of the hardest parts in getting to where you are now? And I know you're not even where you want to be, but you're just at the peak of it all.
Right. It's been, honestly, I'm not gonna lie, it's been really, really hard. Like, I keep it together because, number one, I believe in God, and I feel like God He uses certain people to be, kind of like the blueprint. Not saying that I'm the blueprint to things, but, I moved and I didn't have any type of idea. Even after I interned, because you learn about, how you acquire clothes, you learn about this and that, but you don't learn what it is to be on your own. Mm-hmm. So that's a whole different realm. And then also your personal life comes into it. When I first started, I've had a offer to be on a reality show, and I wasn't going to do it. And at the time, I just started working with Kim, and then my grandmother passed away. Yeah. So that was something that was really hard for me, because she's somebody that played a big role in my life, and somebody that just always been there for me. And you know, she was so excited because she was so nervous at first because, you know, it's not something, it's that this job isn't a common job, you know.
Yeah.
So she was just always worried about me and worried about, you know, my well-being. She was always there for me, and it was so hard because it was kind of like I was doing everything. You know, of course I was making myself happy, but what kept me going is to hear, you know, I love my mother to death, but it was just like I had this special connection with my grandmother too.
Absolutely.
Like this, it just was so, like, she's just so powerful. I admire her so much for her strength and everything she's gone through, and raising my mother to be a beautiful woman, and raising all her kids to be beautiful people, and even raising us and helping us out. And it was that was one thing, and it still to this day is something that, you know, kind of bothers me that she's not here, but I know she's watching over me.
Absolutely.
But that was one thing. It was so hard to like pick up. I honestly, like, I went through a depression. It was a time where I didn't even have like a roof over my head, and it was just like I was still trying to maintain everything, but I even went like and got like just a regular job. It was just like I was gone for like a good 6 to 7 months, and I'm still paying for that 6-7 months that I wasn't really up and running.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like everybody else, it seemed like, you know, everything was cool, but I was going through so much. It was, and even my mother still doesn't even know that I didn't have a roof over my head at the time. Like, so if she hears this would be her first time.
Mom, please know he made it.
I had to, right.
Despite it all.
You know, right, on my own, and I just had to, you know, take it in stride and do what I had to do, because I know that down the line that this situation, at the time, I'm gonna be honest with you, I didn't know what was going on. Like, I didn't know, but you know, now that I look back, I feel like it made me so strong, because now it's just like I know I can go through anything. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely. I know can't nothing stop me now. So it just made me more into a beast. But that was, you know. And also, you know, the financial part, you know, people think that like once you get an opportunity, it just comes with so much money. It's you don't really, even when you get opportunities, it doesn't really, your career doesn't really, like Jay-Z said, it doesn't really take off until like 8 to 10 years. It takes a while to build that, you know, like
they say it takes 10 years to be an overnight celebrity.
Right, exactly. And you just got to keep at it. Like, so that's why now I'm just, you know, nothing like that. Everything that I just said, like, all that just built me into the person that I am now. And I'm glad that I went through everything. And, you know, I always wish that my grandmother can be here, but that's what keeps me going, to make her proud and everything, because I know she wouldn't have been happy with what I was doing at the time and how I was. She would have wanted me to be doing so much more. And I could have been doing so much more, but I just couldn't move forward. I just couldn't get over that. So that was something that I just was like, why at this point in my life do I have to deal with this when I'm trying to, you know, get things right with myself? It was rough. Like the hardest thing.
And you know, that's the beauty in being a go-getter, and that's the beauty in the G code, because, you know, so many people, like I shared with you before, you know, it's all about the glam and the glitz. You know, we on Instagram, Facebook, you know, we're staying positive, we're being motivated, and behind all of that, you know, we're still out and about, we're networking, we're putting on, and behind all of that, you know, we're crumbling to a point where it's like, how the heck am I going to make it? And you know, you look back at, I even had my own personal dark space, and you know, I talk about that in the intro of one of my first podcasts, of where it's just like, yo, I'm in the bed and I just can't get out, you know, and you're thinking about, why am I here? You know, what am I going to do? And so to see and to know that you can make it through it, and to now, like you said, you know, and now you're a beast and nothing can stop you, that is such the beauty in the struggle.
Right. But it's, you know, a lot of people nowadays don't want to go through the struggle, and that's the good and the bad about social media, because people compare your life to theirs, and they think that you're doing this and you're doing that, and they don't know everything that's going on. But, you know, in the same breath, it comes, you know, you have to protect your brand. So even if you are going through something, you really can't show it because it's going to make, you know, it's going to not make you be a strong brand because people don't want, you know, like people, you can't, there's certain things you just can't do. So it's like, it's hard, you know, it's hard to be transparent with things like that. And then
Absolutely.
also we're so young, we're going through all these things and we're still young. We're still like early 20s, trying to figure things out,
trying to
figure our career out in this industry. You know, music and fashion go hand in hand. It's kind of like the same thing. It's very hard with all the competition, with everything you have to go through, with the, you know, not knowing who to trust, and it's just, you know, it's hard. Like, but that's how you find out who's made for it and who's not.
Absolutely. You got to be cut from a certain kente in this particular industry. So, you know, when we talk about the struggle, you know, after going through what you went through, having to grind hard in your internship, grind hard as an assistant, how the heck did you connect with one of the baddest legendary MCs from a female standpoint, you know, on this side of the earth and in the world? Like, how did you connect with the Queen Bee? How did you become her stylist?
It was one of my really best friends, Sada, which is Kim's best friend, and it was really through her we met, because I was working with ADRI.V Preston from Top Model, and they were friends. And, you know, ADRI.V helped me out so much, and you know, she was, you know, telling Sada, they was having a conversation, and she kind of like told her about me, and I guess Sada kept me in mind. Mind you, this is somebody that didn't know me from a can of paint, but just going off of, you know, some of my work that I've done with ADRI.V, and she referred me, and after that we met, and it didn't go well the first couple of times, but then I finally got it right, and you know, the rest been history. Now she's one of my really close friends, and it's been something that's really a blessing to me because, you know, she's been somebody that I always admired, somebody that I always loved, and she is just like she's like a teacher to me because she schools me on something, you know, and it's never, and the thing that I love about her is when we work together, it's never like me just doing everything. It's us collaborating on things and coming up with ideas, and, you know, it's like I'm really learning from somebody that has so much, that's really but that really is an icon, and it's like, she's somebody that I cherish so much because she's helped me out in so many different ways I can't even explain. So it's like, sometimes it's really unreal, you know, but, you know, I know it's God, and everything is so genuine and cool, and it's just, you know, it's just dope, and I'm just so appreciative to every opportunity, and it's just something that honestly just, like I said, it just fell into my hands. It wasn't anything that I seeked out. It just, I moved to New York, like it happened like 4 months later after I moved to New York, and it just was like, what? Like, I was like, and I feel like the reason why I couldn't really perform at first like how I wanted to is because I was so nervous, because it was so like nerve-wracking for me.
Yeah, she's the Queen Bee.
Yeah, like it was like, what? Like, what is this? Like, I always thought, like, you know, it would go like how everybody else said it would go for me. Like, oh, you'll get your first, you know, up-and-coming artist, and then you'll move up from there and there and there. But it didn't. It, like, started with her, and then it just went on to other things. And it was...
Is this one from 0 to 100
truly
real quick?
A blessing, because now, to this day, we're, like, really close friends. We're cool, and it's like she's like a sister to me. So it's like, it's a blessing. And it's something that just, I can't even explain really how it happened. I guess it was just, not I guess, but I know it was God, because it was just like, whoa.
Absolutely. It was
How did
definitely
anything happen?
meant to be. It was definitely meant to be.
Yeah.
So you go from Queen Bee, you definitely were featured on 106 and Park. I remember seeing you on there. And then you pop up on Lala's Full Court. How did you get connected with Pole Johnson and show up inside of one of my favorite personalities, Lala, on her show?
Well, that happened with actually happened with somebody else claiming my work. And once again, Sada was in the shop and Pole was getting her hair done. And the girl was like, oh yeah, like, I don't know, this guy said he worked with Kim and just really, I don't see how, and because he did a really bad job, or wow, everybody talks. That's another thing that people need to watch, what they do and what they say, because the industry is so small. And he was going around claiming my work, and then when it was time to perform, he couldn't live up to it. Wow. Because he didn't have the experience. He didn't know how to go about acquiring clothes. He didn't know how about anything. So it kind of like raised a red flag with her. And, Sada was just like, what? He would have told me, though. And she was like, oh, what's his name? And she said the name, which I won't mention. But so Sada was like, no, I'm going to give you his number. Poe called me, and she was like, oh, in 3 days, I started recording, blah, blah. And I was like skeptical because it was like I only had 3 days to get looks together for,
right,
for the whole season of the show. And I ended up, pulling everything together, and that's how it happened. And then one day, I will always be on the go, so I would come early in the morning, get her ready, and then go about my day. And one day the producers caught me and saw me, because they was wondering, because her style had changed so much and they were liking it, but she was claiming all of the glory she was getting, like, oh yeah, I put this together.
Hilarious.
And then they saw me and they was like, who are you? Like, nobody knew who I was. I would always be like in the background and stuff like that, because I'm not really one to when I'm working, I'm not really one to be in everybody's face. I kind of like observe everything and then like move accordingly. So when it finally everything hit the fan, it happened because I put her in some thigh-high boots, like this tank top and some like really tight jeans, and I like wrapped the bandana around her head, and everybody was like, "Oh, you look so different. It's so sexy. Like, what happened?" And then I heard her talking, and I went over, and Lala was like loving the boots and everything. And she was like, "Do you have a stylist of mine?" And she's like, "Yeah, I do." And she introduced me to everybody, and they were saying how they loved, what I was doing with her. And then they gave me a segment on the show just like that. So
nice. Look at that.
It was really cool. That was a very great look, because Lala is a huge name. And,
yes, absolutely.
The show is really huge, so it really, it really helped out with me and what I'm trying to do and everything. And I feel like even that is something that opened up even more doors, because that opened up for me to be on 106 in Park and things like that, and extend my brand, because I'm not the type of person that want to stay in a box. A lot of people, from what I observed, stay behind the scenes, and I feel like certain people have what it takes to be in front of the camera. So if in any way I can stay relevant and keep my brand alive and everything, and sometimes things don't always work out. Like, I know I won't always be a stylist, so when I'm 40, I want to be hosting on TV, on E! Doing Fashion Police or something.
Absolutely,
like that.
I can see
that's
it.
Why I want to start now and get my, solidify myself now with everything, and, so I can build for my future. I don't want to just, stay in one lane. I don't want to stay in a box. I don't want to just, I always say, if I'm going to do something, I want to be the best, and I want to do, I want to do it, like, I want to be an inspiration to people, but I also want to do things for myself. I want to do everything that I said ever said that I want to do. And so far, it's been going very well, you know.
Absolutely. It's been going really well, you know, and I feel like you have somehow hit a speed button on your career path. And like you said, you know, it's nothing but God who really adjusts and allow things to work out in a way it has. And, you know, my pastor always says there's a time for everything. There's seed, plant, there's seed, time, harvest. And right now it appears to be you're in your harvest season where you're definitely reaping all the benefits of what you sowed and putting the work in. So of course, in honor of it being a G code, along your way of, you know, you're interning, working with celebrities as a celebrity stylist. It gives me great honor to say that. You know, what are some of the G codes, you know, things that you have picked up that you now keep in mind when it comes to pursuing forward, you know, moving forward and, you know, allowing there to be success with you?
Well, I say, you know, I always tell people, always be honest with yourself, number one. No, number one, always keep God first and keep your faith in God first, because, you know, as long as you got faith in God and, you know, you believe in yourself, and everything that you ever wish for is possible. You know, everything is possible. Anything is possible. And I've also, you know, just, you know, be real with yourself. Be, you know what you can do, know what you can't do, and just really, like, go hard, like, no matter what. Whether nobody's paying attention to you, nobody, just keep doing you, you know, and never give up. Never let anybody tell you can't do anything, because there were so many people, even people in my family, that was telling me that I couldn't do certain things, and I've done everything that I said I would do. Even the things that I said I would do, like 5 or 6 years from now, I've already accomplished. And it's because that I always believed in myself. I always, you know, people would say certain things, I wouldn't care. I would just keep doing me, because I knew that, you know, I could see my future. I knew exactly what I wanted to do.
Exactly.
So, you know, but please, like, never give up on yourself, and always just, you know, keep it real with people, be genuine with people. You never have to feel like, I never feel like I'm better than anyone or anybody. Because when you humble yourself, people will want to do more for you. When people like you, they want to do more for you. They want to give you the opportunity because they like you. You know, that's what it's all about. It's all about relationships. It's all about, you know, just building solid friendships and things like that. And yeah, just be a real person, and don't be afraid to get your hands dirty ever. Even when you solidify yourself, you still got to get your hands dirty. You still have to, you know, do the dirty work and everything. And just be honest and truthful with people, and especially in this business, you have to kind of be real, because it's not too many people that's, you know, that's really, you know, real. So you have to, when you become that person, people want you around, because in my specific career, you have to remember, this is a very personable career, so you have to be trustworthy. You have to be, you know, the best at what you do, but you also have to be able to make your client smile, make your client happy. You kind of like the therapist, because you know, you're there all the time. You do this. You have to just be personable and, you know, making everybody. It's kind of like the stylist always have to make everybody feel good, you know. So you have to just, you know, kind of like, because at first, I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of like always in my shell, like kind of shy, but now I'm just like always trying to make people feel comfortable and everything, because I feel that that's like a key to success, is, you know, having, you know, a good personality, a good aura, because that draws people to you. You know, positivity draw people towards you. So, and stay positive. And if you got haters, then obviously you're doing something right. Don't pay it no mind. Just, you know, keep doing you, and just stay true to yourself.
Absolutely. Well, my man Tim B, I appreciate you for dropping your G codes with us, and of course sharing your pretty ugly, and of course the grind of being Tim B, the celebrity stylist. And I know you have, is it your Tim B Styles? Is that it? Epic Styles?
Yeah, that's my company name, is Epic Style. My website with, you know, all my work and everything.
Yes, now share it right now. Give us your website and all your social media.
Well, everything is everything is epic, literally. So my website is www.epicstyle.com. Instagram, Epic Style, and that's EPIKSTYLE. Yeah, and I got a lot of things that's gonna be popping off like at the end of the year, the top of 2016. So I'm already working on a lot of things. I'm just trying to get myself together spiritually, physically, everything, just so I could, move forward in a different way. Cause I'm trying to rebrand myself, and I want to work more with NBA players and NFL players, trying to get to, more styling male athletes and things like that. So I'm just trying to be the example in all ways.
You're definitely doing it, and it's definitely going to happen because you have the right codes to your success. So I definitely appreciate you for being inside the G Code with me. And
thank you for having me.
Absolutely. And don't forget to make sure you follow Tim at all his social media sites, of course, Epic Styles, and also check him out at the website if you want to get him to style you. And hopefully once I become a celebrity, he can style me as well. Again,
I got you.
Thank you, boo-boo. And of course, I just got to tell you all, don't forget to subscribe to the podcast, the G Code, and always check in each and every week for something new. Welcome to the G Code.